It's finally here! Hollow Knight Silksong is about to take everything we loved from the original and crank it up to 100. New enemies, new abilities, and a whole new world to explore. If you thought Hallownest was tough, wait until you see what Farloom has in store. Let's dive in! What is Silksong really about? Farloom is the new kingdom, filled with silk, song, and danger. Our protagonist this time? Hornet, the fierce protector we met in Hollow Knight. But she's no longer guarding, she's searching for answers. Captured and brought to Farloom, Hornet must climb to its peak to unravel the mysteries of her past and the kingdom's dark secrets. This kingdom is alive with ancient power, driven by a strange connection to silk. As Hornet ascends, she'll discover how deeply connected she is to this strange land. What lies at the peak of Farloom? Only time will tell. Excited for Silksong? Is Silksong a sequel or a prequel? As far as we know, if you take a look at Team Cherry's website, you can read the following. Hollow Knight Silksong is the second game by Team Cherry and the full-scale sequel to Hollow Knight. That's why we know Silksong is a sequel. Some people state that when Team Cherry refers to sequel, they mean it's a second Hollow Knight game, and that it can still be a prequel. However, I don't think that's the case. What do you think? In Hollow Knight Silksong, Hornet will be able to speak with different NPCs, like this little bug, whom Hornet asks about the building, this other one called Forge Daughter, whom she asks about her profession, and even in the battle against Lace, where Hornet challenges her to a fight. In order to know who's speaking, this icon will appear above the chat when an NPC does, and this other icon will appear when Hornet does. Oh, and she will also make her famous sounds. In Hollow Knight Silksong, silk is used as Hornet's primary energy source and is similar to soul, which the knight uses in Hollow Knight. The amount of silk that Hornet can have is represented by the amount of notches that are on this silk meter. Hornet starts with 9 silk notches, but she can upgrade her silk meter throughout her journey in Farlooms. Silk can be used to perform abilities such as Grapple, which takes 2 strands of silk, and Bind to heal herself, which heals 3 masks and takes a total of 9 silk to perform. Hornet can obtain silk by attacking enemies, with each strike causing Hornet to gain 1 strand and finding silk in silk spindles, which grants 3 strands per hit. She could also get silk by finding webs, with each web giving 3 silk strands. In Hollow Knight Silksong, Hornet can hit objects or enemies diagonally like this, catch air currents to fly high, grapple, fast dash attacks, transform into a drill while throwing bombs, attack from distance by throwing spikes from different types and sizes. We can also see her famous silk attack, run at high speed to escape from threats. She can transform into Spider-Man. I mean, she can even crawl, spawn a big saw to kill enemies, super fast healing, even in mid-air, spawn little friends, hit downwards, upwards, heart attacks, heal extra blue masks like in Hollow Knight, and even return projectiles. In Silksong, tools replace charms from Hollow Knight. These tools provide various effects and must be crafted, which Forge Daughter from the Deep Docks area will do for the right price and materials. These tools need to be repaired with the use of shell shards, an item found in the environment or dropped by enemies. Tools are categorized in 3 categories: red for active weapons like bombs or throwing knives, and blue and yellow, which the purpose is still unknown. You can only equip a certain amount of tools, depending on what your crest can hold. In Hollow Knight Silksong, shell shards are used to repair and craft various tools that Hornet uses throughout the game. Each tool will take a different amount of shell shards to repair. Hornet is also limited on how many shell shards she can carry at once, with 400 being the max limit that has been shown. It's currently unknown if that number will be upgradable in the future. The way of actually obtaining these shell shards are killing enemies and finding shell shard deposits. Shell shards will also be kept upon death. In Hollow Knight Silksong, rosaries are the main type of currency you'll be using to purchase various things throughout Farloom. So far, we know of 2 ways to get rosaries, 1 by defeating enemies, and 2 by finding rosary caches. Normally, when Hornet dies, she will lose all of her rosaries. However, rosaries can be kept on strings, which prevents them from being lost upon death. Rosary strings are an item that you can find throughout the world or buy from various vendors. In an Edge magazine article, William Pellin, the co-director for Team Cherry, elaborated on how rosary strings worked a little further. Quote, "You can kind of use them as a banking system sometimes, and some vendors will string them up for you so you could pay a small amount to get them put back into strings." In Hollow Knight Silksong, when Hornet dies, she'll leave a silk cocoon behind in the spot where she died. We've seen this cocoon heal up to 8 notches, but likely breaking the cocoon will give Hornet a full refill on her silk meter. Hornet also won't get her rosaries back from the cocoon when breaking it, unlike in Hollow Knight, where destroying the shade gives the knight their geo back. I'm sure most of us will be seeing this cocoon a lot when Silksong releases. In Hollow Knight Silksong, there is a questing system in which you can receive side quests or tasks given by various NPCs. There are 4 types of quest categories: Gather, Hunt, Wayfare, and Grand Hunt quests. Gather quests require Hornet to obtain specific items and sometimes multiple materials for NPCs who request it. Hunting quests include tasks that involve tracking down and killing a specified number of a certain enemy. We haven't seen Wayfarer quest yet, but likely they will have tasks where Hornet will escort various NPCs to certain areas in Farloom. Grand Hunt quests likely involve tracking down and killing strong variations of enemies or a powerful boss. Remember Cornifer from Hollow Knight? Forget about him! Meet the new mapmaker in Hollow Knight Silksong, Chakra! In Hollow Knight, we had Cornifer guiding us through Hallownest. But now, in Silksong, Chakra is here to help Hornet navigate Farloom's dangerous landscapes. She is a warrior who mastered cartography and will be the source of mapping tools for Hornet, who will provide charts, compasses, and various other tools. How she is located in the world is explained to be similar to how Cornifer could be found in Hollow Knight. Scattered golden rings signal her presence instead of scattered pages. Hollow Knight Silksong will be twice the size of Hollow Knight. While we don't know the exact size of the game yet, in the Edge magazine team, Cherry mentioned that there are around 100 different benches that come out of the floor when approached that act as save spots. There are 41 benches in the first game, so we can most likely infer that Silksong will be quite a bit bigger than Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight Silksong will have multiple towns, unlike the first game, where Dirtmouth was the only one in the whole kingdom. This new towns are completely different from each other, with unique NPCs, vendors, and benches to chill on. But we will also have new features inside these towns, like the quest board, where Hornet will be able to carry out secondary missions in exchange for money or objects. There are many unshown towns yet, but which one of them look better? Hollow Knight Silksong will have some cool bosses like the Last Judge, which shoots fire and uses a ball flail as a weapon. Lace, which makes 2 appearances in 2 different arenas, and will have the same role as Hornet in Hollow Knight. Hunter Queen Carmelita, which appears to be an ant queen, is fought in an auditorium filled with ants. Trabio, the master of the stage, is a boss seeking fame and adoration throughout Farloom, and some others for which we have no information, like Seth, Steel Assassin Sharp, this one located in Coral Forest, this other located in a lava zone, and also this one inside the Citadel. Who is Lace? Lace is a recurring boss who will appear in Hollow Knight Silksong. As seen in the trailers and the demo, Lace makes 2 appearances in 2 different areas, revealing herself as an antagonist of the game. The first fight takes place on top of a metal platform above a lake of lava in the deep docks. In the second fight, Lace and Hornet battle in a dark arena on a mattress of white roses. In the background, large pipes can be seen, and a large golden cage is arranged in the center of the arena. We will know more about her if the game releases. Seth is an upcoming NPC and boss in Hollow Knight Silksong, who guards a long-forgotten secret. This character is a bit special, as it was created by Seth Goldman, a Hollow Knight fan who suffered from cancer and that sadly passed away. He managed to contact Team Cherry thanks to a Reddit post, and he was offered to create a character, which he then drew on a paper. Rest in peace, Seth. Hollow Knight Silksong rare footage. Here we can see a big girl called Huntress, who seems to know much about Farloom and will help us ascend to the Citadel. This footage shows our battle against Seth. The only thing we know about him is that he is guarding a long-forgotten secret and that he will throw his shield at us. Oh, and this is also Seth, but you know, a bald, chill Seth. This is the footage of a town, which looks like Greymore, with some cute and friendly vendor NPCs. This area is unknown, but we can see another NPC who's about to get smashed. There's not much to say about this, but look, a cool elevator. We know little about NPCs, but we already have some information about some of them, like Churchkeeper, an NPC that appears to be carrying a large woodwind instrument. Hornet meets Churchkeeper and then collapses. In the trailer, they are seen singing while Hornet plays her needle. The Caravan is an upcoming group of NPCs. Little is known about this group, but they are a friendly band of travelers trekking the dangerous roads of Farloom in search of something precious. They wish to gather the playful young fleas scattered across the kingdom, like Grubfather in Hollow Knight. Garmund and Zaza are two NPCs trying to find a new home in Farloom, and Hornet will have to help them as a side quest. Garmund appears to be the rider, while Zaza appears to be Mount. Grindle is an upcoming sneaky thief NPC who will gladly take rosaries in exchange for snippets of information he has gathered, though his gossip is often of questionable value. Sherma is a pilgrim on a spiritual journey who requires help from Hornet in certain situations. He clangs the two objects he carries together while laughing, seemingly causing a large gate in front of the two to open. Forge Daughter aids Hornet in her journey by providing a smithing service to craft Hornet's new tools, as explained before. She is a hulking being, and much like the rest of the inhabitants of the Deep Docks, seems to be comprised of bells. You're going up instead of going down like in Hollow Knight. As you are ascending to the shining citadel at the top of the world, there's going to be over 150 new enemies. If they went that far, then there's probably going to be 47 new bosses too. Silk Soul mode, that according to Team Cherry, will spin the game into a unique and challenging experience. Hornet will be able to craft powerful tools, master an ever-expanding arsenal of weapons to confound enemies. Quest will offer you a chance to use your ability to solve puzzles, and hunting will give you a chance to use your skills to hunt down rare beasts. Alright Silksong fans, that's it for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And hey, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Stay awesome, stay creative, and I'll catch you in the next one.